G'day guys, it's Liam here from One Up Mushrooms, and today we're going to be doing some cold sterilisation and pasteurising of straw, brown rice and also some corn kernels that I have laying around. And we're going to be using hydrated lime in just buckets of water, submerging the contents in there, waiting 24 hours, bringing it out, using a screen that we have over the back here to dry off the contents before we place them into bags. And we're going to be using some oyster spawn, which Steve from One Up Mushrooms has kindly given me to have a test run with. So we're going to try the three different methods, or three different types of substrate today, which is going to be straw and brown rice and corn kernels. So anyway, we'll run a little bit of a clip and I'll go through what's actually happening. So you can see here I've got brown rice. Actually, the first thing I'm going to do is do the corn kernels in a smaller tub. Now with corn kernels and brown rice, you don't need to suppress down the contents inside because it automatically is heavier than the water, so it sits at the bottom. So all you really got to do is put in water, your contents, and then sprinkle in some of the hydrated lime over the top. Give it a good stir and just let it sit for 24 hours. So with these corn kernels, that's all I'm doing is putting my bags in. I'm going to fill it up with water so it's a bit over the top, maybe an inch or two, maybe 3 inches above the top of the corn kernels. I'm going to sprinkle in just a little bit of hydrated lime, which you can see I only put a little bit of hydrated lime in, and then let it sit for 24 hours, and then we'll drain it, we'll bag it, put in some of the slime. And here you see I've got the brown rice, which I'm just going to empty all the contents in. I've got about half a bucket worth of brown rice at the end of this. I'm going to put a full teaspoon or tablespoon of hydrated lime and mix it all through. Now just to let you know, what I've done too is I have filled it up with water and I've gave it a really thorough mix. Then I'm going to empty out that water to get rid of all the dirt and the crust and the leftover bits out onto the grass, refill it, one more water rinse, and then put more water in it, and then we'll bring it back. We'll put in our hydrated lime, and then we're going to put on the lid, leave that for 24 hours. The next thing we're going to do is the exact same method but with straw. So I've done that now with straw. It actually floats to the surface, so you've got to put something else over the top of it that's going to help it submerge in and make sure it's covered by water. So what I like to do is just put another bucket on top and then weigh that bucket down with either bricks or whatever I have lying around, so it submerges underneath the water for the whole 24 hours, so it gets a good soak. Alright, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you at the next part for part 2, which is actually drying out the contents enough for us to handle, place it in the bag, in a sterile bag, then adding in your spawn as you go, and then wrapping it up, putting some holes in it, putting some tape over it so it's got a bit of airflow to go into it, and just sit it somewhere and wait for it to grow the bacteria of the mushroom inside, the mycelium inside of it, so it takes over the whole bag, and then that's when we can put it into a fruiting chamber and get some fruit growing out of them, hopefully. So, see you in part 2 for bagging. Cheers.